I remember all those days.
It was in the 40s, during the war.
America needed persons to come to pick fruit because so many of the young men had gone over to the European theater for the war. Men were being contracted to come to pick oranges and to go further north to pick other fruits and vegetables.
To farm for the war people them pick oranges and different things and cut fruits.
He left at an early age.
The Duke of Windsor negotiated with the American government for a quota of 5,000 men to go on what we call the contract.
Exhumer men went to Florida and other parts of the United States to work on the farms.
It was the most employment for Bahamian because it was nothing here that man could have go to live.
Many of the men in the Bahamas decided to go, and Amos was among them.
I spent 5 years and 11 months in the United States. I've been traveling day and night, Twin City, in Minneapolis, St. Paul. We used to be in Chesapeake, Virginia.
Orlando, Florida.
Norfolk, Virginia.
Winter Garden, Florida.
Minnesota.
Lake Alfred, Clark Gable, all the different places I've been.
The man leave the wife, and sometimes woman and husband all goes together, young people.
On the contract, people worked really hard.
The woman grounding the fruit, and the man on the ladder picking, and the woman grounding the fruit.
They experienced inside plumbing and modern facilities, running water and so forth.
He used to call me Money Jones.
Money Jones.
I think it had a lot to do with the way he saved his money, and so if anybody ran low and having to send funds back home for their family, they can always go to Amos and say, "Hey, Amos, man, I need some dollars." And he said he would just do it.
They got to send them back home.
Yeah.
Some run away, they wouldn't do nothing for God's sake.
Yeah.
No.
He talked a lot about the evenings after work, more so than the hours of work.
I used to make slide right on the camp and count fellas here.
He would boil the potato and mix it with lye,
Just put enough heat that you could bear it.
and then comb that through the hair, and he said it just made the hair so slick and pretty and glossy.
Most of the black men on the project would, Friday night, they gotta,
That's right.
they gotta fix up the hair.
Yeah, pick the hair up.
Yeah.
Yeah, comb the hair.
They went to some of the clubs and they were bullied, by the whites.
In Fort Pierce, I could get killed in Fort Pierce. And for nothing. If they see you looking sharp, you don't gotta say a word to them woman.
I kill, man. They changed off the way just like that. I could have got killed in the United States, but I kept my head.
Of course, he prays about everything. And he said, based on how he was led by the Lord, he said there was no mistake that he ought to come back home.
I said, no, this ain't no place for me to be. I just get back home.
Amos, in his wisdom, came back with all of the knowledge and the exposure, and that's what gave him a lot of being able to think creatively and having the desire to actually paint.